The daughters of Anne of Bohemia and Hungary, Magdalena. Archduchess Magdalena of Austria was born on the 14th of August 1532. She was the sixth child of Ferdinand I, Holy Roman Emperor, and Anne of Bohemia and Hungary, and she was the fourth daughter. Magdalena and her younger sister Margaret had long expressed to stay single in their future and create a community of religious women, which their father had a difficult time accepting. When Ferdinand died in 1564, Magdalena took a vow and founded the Ladies' Convent of Hall. Magdalena lived in a place in Hall in Torroy. It was a place for minded women to lead a reclusive and religious, God-fearing lives under the of Society of Jesus. Magdalena became the first abbess of a new convent, where she was joined by her younger sisters Margaret and Helena. Magdalena died on the 10th of September 1590 at the age of 58 after a sickness. Next up is Catherine. Catherine was born on the 15th of September 1533. Catherine spent most of her childhood at Hofburg in Saarbrück and received an education based on discipline and religion. Catherine was taught Italian and Latin. On the 17th of March 1543, Catherine was betrothed to Francisco III Gonzaga, Duke of Montana and Marquess. This marriage was hoped to reflect her father's desire to strengthen the Habsburg dynasty against France in northern Italy, particularly Milan. Francisco and Catherine were 9 and 10 years old at the time of their wedding. The wedding took place on the 22nd of October 1549. Catherine's dowry was 100,000 Rhine florins, which was escorted by her older brother Ferdinand II, Archduke of Austria, from Saarbrück to Montana. The marriage was cut short, only being married for 4 months. Francisco drowned in Lake Como on the 21st of February 1550. Catherine, now a widow, returned home in Saarbrück to improve chances of a better second marriage. The Habsburgs claimed that Catherine's marriage was not consummated. Catherine's next marriage was pressured by her father. She was married to Sigismund II Augustus, who was her sister Elizabeth's husband years previous. Catherine accused Sigismund of mistreating her and causing the early death of her older sister and his first wife, Elizabeth. Sigismund feared that Catherine would be very unattractive and she would have frail health like her sister Elizabeth. Catherine spoke Italian, therefore she could communicate with Sigismund's mother, Bona, and Bona's family. Catherine was ambitious and she tried to gain political influence in the Polish court, which caused Sigismund's ire. Sigismund needed an heir, and he was aware of the treatment of his first wife, Elizabeth. In 1554, the couple parted for the first time. Catherine was in Pascrew, while Sigismund attended General Sejm in Lublin. When Sigismund visited his wife in April, Catherine informed him that she was pregnant. At the end of April, the royal couple travelled to Lithuania on the 25th of May and reached Vilnius, where, with short breaks, Catherine lived for 9 years. It was unclear whether it was a miscarriage or a forced pregnancy, but there was no birth in October 1554. In the spring of 1556, the Queen, Bona, Sigismund's mother, returned to Italy, and her 2 unmarried daughters, Anna and Catherine, moved to Vilnius. It seems that the 3 women became close. Summer of 1554, the royal family went back to Poland. In October, Catherine became severely ill, but the cause of illness is unknown, as she would not allow Polish doctors near her. When Ferdinand, her father, sent out Austrian doctors, they reported only high fever and chills. She recovered somewhat in spring. Catherine's recovery was interrupted by frequent travels in summer of 1559 to avoid the plague. Catherine returned to Vilnius only in early 1560 and became ill again. Sigismund was convinced that it was epilepsy, the same disease that her sister had. At this point, the couple's marriage became very distant. The last time the couple ever saw each other was at a wedding in October 1562. Catherine lived in Vilnius and Hoanda before being sent to Radom in April 1563. Sigismund, 40 years of age, sought to obtain amulet of the marriage, as he wanted to marry for the fourth time and secure a male heir. Sigismund claims that Catherine hated Poland because she had a miscarriage in 1554 and she had epilepsy. The Pope still didn't allow the divorce to go through. In 1564, Ferdinand I, Holy Roman Emperor, died, and he was succeeded by his son Maximilian II. The new emperor sent his diplomates Andres Judith and Wilhelm von Kurzbach to try reconcile the couple, or if that failed, to convince Sigismund to allow her to leave Poland. The plan for Catherine to leave Poland was discussed in 1565. Initially, Sigismund refused, fearing that it would only increase the anti-Polish sentiment in the Habsburg court, but later changed his mind because he believed that Catherine's departure would make it easier to obtain a divorce. Catherine, unfortunately, didn't receive a warm welcome to Vienna. Catherine died on the 28th of February 1572.